This is Digivation Network.
Okay, you're welcome to Digivation Network. And we have with us here today, we have with us Daniel Adekunle. He is the CEO of Blockstale. It's a blockchain technology company. You're welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you very much, Adaze.
Okay, all right. So could you tell us about your journey into the blockchain sector?
Okay, thank you very much. I started the blockchain technology firm in 2017, right? But earlier before then, I've been trading crypto digital assets online. Okay. Now, in terms of Liberty Reserve, in terms of PayPal, in terms of Perfect Money, Skrill, and the rest of them. So I founded a digital bureau de change at that time, where I help the diaspora receive money and send money as well, you know. Okay. So I've been watching Bitcoin closely since 2009, you know. So I noticed when Bitcoin was $1 to one Bitcoin was $1, right? I noticed Bitcoin when one Bitcoin was about $10, $100, $1,000, and $10,000. So I've been trading then, you know. So what informed my decisions to developing and designing the first Bitcoin ATM is because I noticed that we in Africa, Nigeria precisely, we have this purchasing power, and then looking at the fiat paper money, you know, it devalues almost every year. So most people would need a store of value, and this is exactly what Bitcoin solves. Like, it solves the devaluation of currencies. You know, it makes it very seamless for people to transact without border. You get it? So that informed my decisions to create this great invention.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, like just what you mentioned, that it's something very significant, because I'm sure not many people know that right before this whole issue of cryptocurrency ban by CBN, cryptocurrency ban in banking sector by the Central Bank of Nigeria, I'm sure not many people actually realize that, oh, there is a Bitcoin ATM, and of course it was launched by your company. So tell us about the process. How did that come about?
Okay, so earlier before now, we've been watching cryptocurrency closely. We understand the technology behind this great innovation, right? And then we know that to some extent, a lot of people will be skeptical about this technology. I mean, Bitcoin and crypto, right? Yeah. Now, part of these people would find cryptocurrency interesting. Some will be skeptical. Some won't trade at all, right? Some would need it to its simplest form. So that brought about the deployment or the development of this ATM, because that ATM simplifies what cryptocurrency really is. Now, I asked myself a question: how do I tell my grandmother? How do I explain what Bitcoin is to my grandmother? Now, it's very simple. We have a particular attribute as an African. We believe whatever it is that we see physically, right? So now I took it upon myself and my company, right, to solve that problem, because everybody knows that cryptocurrencies are digital money. But how do we bring this to the layman? How do we bring this to a day-to-day activity? Now, this was the questions that I asked myself, and which led to the deployment and development of the ATMs. You know, like now, it will be very easy for me to tell an old woman, look, bring your notes, paper notes, take it to this ATM. create a wallet on your phone, right? Download a wallet on your phone. Now with your wallet and with your Naira, your fiat money, paper money, go to the ATM, put it in the ATM. It sends you Bitcoin on your phone. With that, it will be very easy for you to understand what that cryptocurrency is, like a digital money, because we've turned your paper money to digital currency that we're talking about. And if you need your money immediately, you can do the same process. Go to that same ATM or the POS sector, and then you sell, like transact with the ATMs. Now, this only does not solve the issue of simplicity, but then it solves the issue of fraud, issue of doubt, trust issues among traders and crypto enthusiasts.
Okay.
You get it? Because with that ATM, if you don't have, if the ATM doesn't have fiat Naira in it, it won't sell you. It won't sell you money.
Okay.
It will tell you directly that there's no money on the ATM. Now, if you want to buy as well, if there's no Bitcoin or cryptocurrency on the ATM, it's not going to sell to you. So your money is not lost. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Aha, that's it.
Okay. Okay, now I understand there is the ATM, the Bitcoin ATM is located at Desi Restaurant and Bar in Aja. Is that correct?
Okay.
Is that correct?
Yes, we also have another one in Surulere. Yes.
Okay, that was what I was about to find out. How many has your company currently deployed? How many Bitcoin ATMs?
Okay, so we've deployed 5 ATMs. You have one in Surulere, we have one in Ikorodu, we have two on the island. We have two on the island, one in Lekki, that's Aja area, and one on the in VI, Seneri Daranijo, VI, Victoria Island. And then the last one we have it around Badagry Road.
Okay. So yes. Could you tell us what has been the reaction of Nigerians, especially those that are enthusiasts of cryptocurrency, to the Bitcoin ATM?
Okay, so ever since we deployed these devices, right, a whole lot of crypto enthusiasts has been, positive about trading cryptocurrency because they find these great devices useful. Aside the fact that it charges higher, it makes transactions seamless for them. Okay. It makes it very easy for them to cash out. Even now that the CBN has directed all banks not to trade in crypto, that means they can't accept deposits and withdrawal through crypto. So now we are the only company that's ready to accept your deposits because we are no way connected to the banks. We only do on-ramp cash transactions, like you take cash to the ATM or you get cash from the ATMs or all our pagan networks because we are affiliated with this mobile money agents across the nation. Yes.
Okay. I'm going to focus on on what you just mentioned concerning the Central Bank of Nigeria ban on cryptocurrency trade transactions by banks. Now, to your knowledge, has this banking sector ban, how has it affected the volume of cryptocurrency transactions since the ban?
Okay, so are you directing this question to our company or generally?
No, to your company generally. To your knowledge, how has the ban on cryptocurrency for banks, to your knowledge, has it reduced the volume for you, or it has increased? What do you think? What has it been so far?
Like you're directing it for our own knowledge, company, right?
Yes.
Like to our own knowledge.
Yes.
Okay, so personally, what I believe is there's no way you can ban something that you don't know, right? To some great extent, right? Cryptocurrency trading hasn't been reduced, regardless of the ban. Most exchanges, that's online exchanges, were affected online exchanges that are connected to the banks, maybe the deposit banks or non-deposit banks, like we have payment gateways that helps people collect, receive money. Most online exchanges use all these non-deposit banks. So those they were affected, right? They were the ones affected for that time being. But they later switched their system. But according to our own, looking at our analysis, when the CBN announced that circular, when they sent out that circular, we got increase in sales because a lot of people were looking for alternative means. So they found us very useful and important. So we got a whole lot of, we saw surge, increase in inquiries. A lot of people were asking questions, how they could cash out. Some were even asking us how they could take money from their old wallets, their exchange, to us. So it didn't affect us in any way. It affected us positively because we've seen this before now. And that's why we are not connected to the banks. You understand? Because we know that to some extent, this technology disrupts the banking sector. And we know that the banks won't be so much happy with it unless there's a guideline, like a regulatory standpoint. You get my point?
Yes. Yes. Okay. Now, just last week, earlier on this week, CBN released a statement to reiterate that the ban was not for cryptocurrency trading generally, but basically for the banks. So right now, I want to ask, what would be your advice if you have to advise the government? What would be your best advice to the government on cryptocurrency and blockchain industry in general?
Okay, essentially, looking at the Security and Exchange Commission, right? We have Investment and Security Act 2007, the first section. It states that blockchain technology products and services, right? They are considered to be commodities. So standing by that, the Central Bank of Nigeria has no jurisdiction on prohibition of crypto, because they already know that cryptocurrency is no legal tender, it's not money. It's commodity like gold, diamond, real estate, stocks like that, commodity trading. So now my advice to the government is that, first of all, my advice to the people is that we should understand that the CBN, Central Bank of Nigeria, they are different from the federal government of Nigeria. And then they are also different from the Security and Exchange Commission. Now, the ban only speaks for the banks or banking inclusions, right? So now, the federal government are not banning crypto. Like the federal government of Nigeria are not saying that they want to ban crypto. The central bank only gives standards and regulation, or they send a circular to all the bodies that they regulate. You understand? So now, what I would advise the government, that's the federal government, is like, we should have a regulatory standpoint, because there's no way we can, if we think that cryptocurrency will go away, it's like we're thinking that the internet will go away, and the internet is going nowhere, because the internet brings about neutralization. Now, without the internet, you won't be connected to me right now. We won't be able to talk to each other. You get it? So you cannot expect the olden post office, the olden days post office, to be happy about this communication that we are having. Because at the being, we were still in that olden sector, that post office time. By now we would not be connected. So this is exactly what cryptocurrency is bringing to the financial institution: simplicity, transparency, and a whole lot of stuff like that. So crypto is going nowhere. Let me be factual with you. So the only thing we can have is regulation. So that's the only thing I would advise the government to look into, like to find a regulatory body or a framework that we would follow, because crypto is going nowhere. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, we have a colleague of mine. His name is Gideon Tubilova. He's joining us. Toby, can you hear us?
Okay.
Toby.
Yes, I can clearly. Thank you very much. I welcome you, Mr. Adekunle Daniel.
Yes.
Hi, Toby. Welcome.
Toby, do you have any new questions for him? He's basically answered all the questions we have here.
Okay. All right. The moment I joined, you were on the issue of crypto going nowhere except for regulation. I like that because in anything that we do, especially when it has to do with finance, it has to do with commerce, it has to do with economics, there is need for proper regulation so that it will not be abused. Now,
yes.
I'm coming from two angles. Now, people really need to, we agree with me that people are still very much skeptical about crypto. Maybe because of some uncertainties according to some school of thought. And maybe this is coming from the angle that we don't even know the person or who or what is behind cryptocurrency. You will agree, like I found out on the internet, 21 million BTC are available for 7.7 billion people. Now, who is in charge of this thing? When or how will this thing be regulated to ensure that more is not produced in order to avoid inflation? And the dollars, the second question is, the dollars being used to purchase this is somewhere as we speak. Now, is there no fear of the reintroduction of these dollars into the world economy? If that happens, what should we be expecting?
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Tubilova. Let me take your first question, right? Essentially, this is why we believe that cryptocurrency is the future of money. First of all, cryptocurrencies, they all have limited productions. So according to Bitcoin, looking at the white paper, we know that we only have 21 million Bitcoin in existence. It can't go more than that. That's the standard. It's on a protocol. Now, looking at the people that invented, nobody invented Bitcoin. We only had a white paper from Satoshi Nakamoto, just like we had a white paper of internet. Someone brought the internet, but we won't call him the owner of the internet. Nobody owns the internet. The internet is a public ledger, like a public address where everybody connects to, which makes it very easy for you and I to connect to each other, to communicate, and to make life very easy for us. So, but someone discovered it. We're going to give glory to that person, but he doesn't own that. Of having more Bitcoin, that's a joke, like a joke, because it's not going to happen. We can only have 21 million Bitcoin in existence. And then, as we speak, only 18 million has been mined. You understand me? So even the one that the richest man bought recently for $1.5 billion, he only bought 33,000 Bitcoins. Even part of the 18 million that we can ever have. So this is another thing, this is why we believe that one Bitcoin we get to $100,000, because we have more than 21 million rich people in the world, right? Now, 21 million rich people that can afford one Bitcoin each. So what happens if someone like Otedola, Dangote, and the likes of them, when they wake up to Bitcoin and they find it very useful, then it will become volatile. You get me? It will become very volatile. So that's the first question. Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies cannot be inflated because they are limited. They are limited in supply. And when there's a limited supply and a higher demand, then you know that this is a quality, it has the quality and potential of money. Because our paper money, our fiat money, they are not real money. Sorry to say that. Because nothing backs that US dollars. It's not backed with gold anymore. Neither is our naira backed with anything. The government only make us believe that this is 1,000 naira. But what is it backed with? Nothing. So
but on the contrary, don't you think if the fiat money, even if it's not backed up by gold or very, very, what have you, it still has its value, the purchasing power is still there. I think that is all that is needed for money to be accepted into an economy.
Let me tell you why all our fiats get devalued every time. Okay. Now, because it's not backed with anything, money has to store value. That's the essence of money. It needs to store value. And then the meaning of money is money represents an abstract communication of value. The way you communicate, the way you value a gesture, a product, or a service. So now, money is not supposed to have border. You understand me now? So a good quality of money is it stores value. It needs to store value. The government makes us believe that our 1,000 naira note is 1,000 naira. Now, this is why inflation comes in, because they can print more money. Why do you have to work for money when the government can just call the federal minting press and print in more money, 1 trillion naira? Without nobody holding them.
If that happens, that's going to cause inflation.
That's why our money is devalued. That's why there's inflation. What your 100,000 naira can purchase now, what it can purchase about 3 years ago, you can purchase it now. So it's still getting devalued, and there's still inflation. So cryptocurrency is the new money, whether we like it or not.
Okay, sorry. Before you go to the next,
Yes.
Okay, before you go to the next question, you said that our fiat money is not backed up with anything. That is why we cannot rely on it. Can you just take us through what crypto precisely is backed on to give that reliability for the future? That is
okay. Thank you. So cryptocurrencies are backed by mathematics, right? Because we have limited supply.
Mathematics too are abstracts.
Okay, good. You know, our fiat money, our paper money now, right? They are not backed with anything.
Okay.
They don't store. The government makes us believe that this is 1,000, this is 100 naira. When you take this money to this person, he or she recognizes it to be 100 naira and gives it, right? Nothing backing that money, right? So another thing is, for cryptocurrencies, they are public ledgers, right? They are public ledgers that are kept public. You understand me? And they are backed by mathematics, code, line of codes. Now, if you look at the white paper, according to Satoshi Nakamoto, he said that I have changed the world of finance with just a line of code. And that's true, because I can send money to you right now, even after bank closing hour, with crypto, and you get it within milliseconds. No financial inclusion will do that for you. I can send money from my office right now to anywhere in the world, so long there's an internet connection and a smartphone. That is what we are talking about.
On a lighter mood, I wouldn't mind you doing that. Maybe just send one BTC to me now.
You know, so looking at the second question, right?
Okay.
The second question, I can't remember the question. You could ask me again. Let me just say that.
Okay, now the dollars, the trillions of dollars, let me put it that way, being used to purchase the crypto now. Let me go this way for a better understanding. Now, you know that there is need for regulation of circulation of money in every economy in order to avoid inflation. So now, these trillions of dollars used to purchase the cryptocurrency already in circulation, being used by people to do businesses. Now, these dollars are somewhere as we speak. Don't you fear, or is there need for us to fear for the introduction of that dollars back into the world economy?
You can't reintroduce that dollar back. Reason being that you've purchased the commodity. Let's take, for instance, now I have 1 billion naira, and I put in my billion naira to purchase Bitcoin worth of, let's say, 33,000 Bitcoins. Now, I have to pay that person that sold that Bitcoin to me. So I've paid that person for that commodity. So you cannot tell me you have to reintroduce that my 1 billion naira again. Where? How?
No, yes, this is what I'm saying.
Okay.
You said that crypto is a code that is backed up by mathematics. Now, that means it's backed up by something that is not tangible, is digital. Now, we are now using money like dollars that we own already to purchase BTC that we can use to purchase or do business as well. Now, whether we want to believe it or not, these dollars go to a source, goes to somewhere. Even if I'm buying from you, you will see eventually go buy from someone, which means the total pool of funds of dollars goes to a certain account at the end of the whole process. Now, that is used for that exchange, used for the 18 million BTC in circulation as we speak. Now, the dollars, if it is introduced, that is the value of 18 million BTC in dollars reintroduced into the world economy. Don't you think that will cause a massive inflation?
So now let me simplify your question very well so you could understand.
Okay.
I'll use another analogy. We have 21 million plots in Lekki, right? Part of the 21 million plots, we have sold 18 million. Now, the people that bought the 18 million plots, they paid money for it.
Yes.
Right? Now, if I want to buy more plots, I can't have more than 21 million plots in Lekki. So even if I'm coming to buy again, I have to buy either from those people that have bought from 18 million, or they help me open part of the 3 million that is remaining. Right? So now it means that even if I'm buying again, the value is going higher. I'm bringing my fiat to buy again, the value is going higher. I'm introducing my fiat again. Now, whoever it is that bought at the early stage is the person I'm paying to. And the person is either storing and buying another or using that same money within the economy. So now if I bought Bitcoin worth of like $1 billion now. Now to your question, do you think that all those people that acquired Bitcoin at its early stage, now when you are purchasing, you are buying from me that acquired it a long time. Now I'm taking that naira or whatever it is that you're giving me as the fiat. Is it that I take it to do another thing in the economy, I put it in my account. So we can't reintroduce that. It's a personal thing. So there's no way, because we cannot have more than 21 million of this Bitcoin. Even if we keep on buying, it will still, the value will be going higher. We can't have more than 21 million. The value can go higher, but the unit still remains the same. We can only have 21 million plots, but one plot can be 100,000 naira today. A plot can be 1 billion tomorrow. It's still one plot.
I understand.
So we can only have 21 million Bitcoin. However, one Bitcoin can be $50 million today, $500 million tomorrow, but we can only have 21 million. So it means that if people are buying, if you are buying Bitcoin in the next 4 months, you can't buy the same value as we have today. So that money that you are using to buy it, you're purchasing from someone else that has acquired and stored it like a property, like land. You get it? So someone owns all of this crypto. They've acquired it. They've seen it a long time. Like me now, before introducing my business, I bought a lot of Bitcoin when it was even $130. You understand me? So when I sold my crypto, the money I used to do something else into another economy, China, to purchase all these machines, to develop these devices. You get me? So that's the way it goes. The money goes into the same system and it recycles.
Okay. While you were responding to that last question, you made mention of 18 million so far in circulation, and
has been mined. Yes.
Okay, that is the word I've been looking for. So what determines this mining, and how is it done to determine other BTC to be on?
Okay, so there's something we call alping, Bitcoin alping. It happens every 4 years, right?
Okay.
So now that flash of that Bitcoin, whenever there's a halving, the Bitcoin price goes high. The last one we noticed was last year, which made Bitcoin swap went it skyrocketed from about 7,000, and we can never have 7,000 again. Never in history, never. Bitcoin cannot go lower than that.
It can't go below $7,000
at all. Even below 20,000, it cannot again. So do you think Elon Musk is stupid to have bought Bitcoin at $50,000? He bought 1.5 billion of Bitcoin, worth of Bitcoin at $50,000. So now, this is what determines the mining. Mining happens when there's a transaction in the block, in the network, and then some people actually verifies that transaction. A node is a program. So those people that verifies that transaction, they get reward from it. Now that's the mining fee. You understand me? So this is how this blockchain in finance work, because cryptocurrency is in finance, right? So now we have ledgers everywhere, right? We have ledgers, public ledgers. So now if there's a transaction happening on the net, the transaction will be broadcasted to all other networks. Everyone on the network, they verify this transaction and approves it. In this way, it makes the transaction not dividable. You cannot divide it. You cannot retract it. It's public, it's made public to everyone, because before the transaction came to the system, we all agreed that this is a transaction and this transaction is valid. You understand me? So someone get paid for this reward, and those are the miners, and that's the reward, the fee, mining fee. So now, when there's no more Bitcoin in circulation, that's when the new Bitcoins will be mined. But for as long as we care, the 18 million Bitcoin is not even in circulation yet, because part of 18 million Bitcoin is a lot. 18 million Bitcoin is a whole lot, because even the richest man in the world bought about 33,000 from it. He's not even up to 1 million that he bought. He didn't even buy up to 100,000 Bitcoin. He only bought 33,000 Bitcoin. Do you understand me?
Yeah. Okay, now we have been talking about BTC. From your analysis, only 21 million can ever be made available to the public. It cannot go beyond that. What about the other cryptocurrencies? Does the same rule apply to them?
Yes, so long they are cryptocurrencies, they have a starting point and an ending point. All cryptocurrencies, that's the nature of crypto. They always have their aggregate, like this is the total we can have. That's what makes it a crypto. So long they are run on the blockchain network, we would see a whole lot of Bitcoin, a whole lot of crypto. Bitcoin is just one of them. We're going to see a whole lot. Just like when Henry Ford introduced cars, then they asked him, why would you think what you introduced would be better than horses and camels that we use? Then he smiled at them and looked. But now here we have more than 4 cars in existence, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that is the same thing with crypto too. We have Bitcoin, we have Litecoin, we have Ethereum, we have Binance, we have a whole lot of them. Now we are still going to see more in future, because crypto tackles specific problems. Whether cross-border settlement like Ripple now is used by the banks for cross-border settlements. Bitcoin now is used for everybody to store value. Litecoin, Ethereum is used by programmers to write codes, right? Then USDT is used by everyone to stabilize their cryptocurrency, like their Bitcoin. If you don't want your Bitcoin to be volatile, you can turn it back to USDT. That's tighter. So a lot of cryptocurrencies solves a lot of problems, and they have limited supply and higher demand. That's the quality of cryptocurrencies. So the only thing we can do is have a regulatory standpoint, like a framework for all of this crypto, because they are here to stay, whether we like it or not. They can't be reinvented. They cannot go they cannot go away. Just like the internet cannot go anywhere.
All right, thank you very much for responses. Adaze, over to you.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for joining us on the show.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Right. Okay. All right.
This is Digivation Network.